Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the video title, I'm gonna be making egusi soup today. This soup is a Nigerian staple that is made with melon seeds. There are a lot of different ways of making egusi soup, and I think I have around 3 different ways of making it at the moment. But today I'm just gonna be showing you guys one easy way of making it. So let's get into the ingredients you will need to achieve this beautiful looking and delicious egusi soup. First of all, for your pepper mixture, I'm only using bell peppers, scotch bonnets and onions. Yes, it's that simple. You only need 3 ingredients for your pepper mixture. For my egusi soup, I don't use tomatoes at all. It's just not necessary in this dish, in my opinion. You guys must have noticed that I don't use tomatoes often in my soup dishes. I only really use it when I'm making jollof rice, or maybe when I'm making stews or something like that. But for this soup, no need for tomatoes. And so yeah, this is what you need for your pepper mixture. So to go on to the other ingredients that you will need for this dish, I've already started boiling the assorted meat here. I boiled some shaki, some beef and some cow food too. If you guys want me to make a video on how I boil my meat and the type of spices that I use, please let me know in the comments below. Overall, I'm using some ponmo, and which I'm gonna be cutting into little pieces. I didn't actually end up using all of the ponmo you can see in the video right now. I have some smoked turkey as well, some stockfish and some dried fish. All of these are optional. You can use whatever type of meat you fancy in this dish, but for me, I like to have assorted meat in my egusi soup just to give it different types of flavor to, my soup. Right, so the vegetable I will be adding to my egusi is just a simple mixture of spinach and ugu leaves, and you will need some stock which I preserved from my meat that I boiled earlier. You will also need some locust beans. This is optional because I know some people don't like the taste of this, but for me, locust beans just takes the flavor to another level. So I always add it to my egusi soup. Next, you will need some crayfish and some stock cubes. The main ingredients you will need for this soup is obviously egusi, which is also known as melon seeds. I normally buy the blended one, and this is what it looks like when it's blended. So to prepare the melon seeds, I add some water to it to create a thick paste before I go ahead and start cooking it. So firstly, I normally prepare my pepper mixture first, and I tend to get a lot of questions in regards to what I use to blend my peppers. So here I'm using a Kenwood food processor because I want the pepper mixture to not be too smooth, and this does the job well for me. You can also use a blender as well, it will still do the same job. So I am chopping all the peppers I showed earlier, but I will be keeping one of the onion to fry later. So the texture you want to achieve with your pepper mixture is this, so it's not too smooth and not too chunky also, so you want it to be in the middle. So I forgot to mention earlier that you will need palm oil to fry the soup. You don't need to bleach the oil, you just want the oil to get hot, and you can go ahead and add your sliced onions, the locust beans and also half of the crayfish, and fry this on medium heat for around 1 to 2 minutes. And after it's fried for a bit, turn the heat down to low to medium heat and add your egusi in small sizes. Fry this for around 5 minutes as well. So it's important that the heat is really low, as egusi tends to fry and burn quickly. and we don't want that, so keep it low and fry for around 5 minutes.
Town's the big lord.
As you can see, I kept stirring the egusi whilst it was frying. This is to stop it from burning and sticking to the pot. And I increased the heat back to medium heat before I added the pepper mixture. And after adding the pepper mixture, I go ahead and add the stock that I saved earlier, and then I stir this in as well. So I'm gonna be adding the stock fish and the ponmo first because they're still a bit hard. And obviously I want them to cook longer, so I'm gonna add it from the start. And I added more water to the egusi as well. Egusi tends to take a lot of water as it cooks, so this is the point where you add water according to your preference. I prefer my egusi to not be too thick, so obviously it's up to you. If you want it to be more runny than mine, it's up to you, then you can just add more water to it. So after cooking the stock fish and ponmo for a bit, I go ahead and add the smoked turkey and the dried fish. I stir it in and cover it to cook for around 5 minutes. As you probably noticed, I have not added any stock cubes or salt because I wanted the smoked turkey and the dried fish to cook with the egusi first, so that I can taste it and know how much salt or stock cube is needed. Because smoked turkey and dried fish, they can be quite salty, so it's best to always cook them first before adding any salt or maggi to your soup. tasting it, I realized I only needed 2 stock cubes and a pinch of salt. I added this to the egusi, and then I added the meat I boiled earlier as well. So at this point, everything I showed you earlier are in the soup. I felt like adding some smoked prawns to the soup, so because I thought I already added a lot to the egusi, then I might as well go all out and add smoked prawns. I didn't show you guys earlier because I only decided to add smoked prawns at this point. And this is the good thing about Nigerian soups: you can just add whatever meat you want, whatever fish you want, and it will still taste amazing. And obviously adding smoked prawns is optional, but smoked prawns really gives it a nice flavor. So if you have it in your kitchen and you're not allergic to prawns, then you can just go ahead and add it to your soup. So I added a little bit more water as per my personal preference, and then I covered it and cooked for 10 minutes.
The town's the big lord.
So you know the egusi is ready when you can see the oil has risen to the top. You can actually serve the egusi now if you want. It looks so good, doesn't it? So imagine eating this with eba right now, or even rice or something. But it would taste really good. But yeah, so if you don't really want to add any vegetable, you can just go ahead and serve it right now if you want to. Prefer mine with vegetable, so I added a little bit and stir it in with the egusi. I said it before that I was adding some spinach and some ugu, so it takes a bit of time to stir it in, but once it's done, just add the remaining crayfish that you saved earlier and you're pretty much done. Like, this is it, egusi soup. Guys, my version of egusi soup. It was a bit of a struggle to do this video because there were a lot of things to mention, but I hope I was clear enough on how to make egusi soup. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment sections below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you guys next time. Bye.